I gotta give a big shout out to John Talks and his channel, where he does the series of videos titled "It's Time to Leave Earth" and various other videos where he compiles crazy mess happening around the Earth and how this world we live in now. I start to wonder. I've been wondering. The old Earth that we were in. I mean, I know good and well. I know for a fact that life was crazy then. Life was crazy back then, but it wasn't that crazy. I mean, people weren't that bat crap crazy. People were not, this wasn't a common thing in the world that we were living in pre-2015 or even pre-2012. People were mostly sane human beings, I would say. There was none of this, and now it seems like all the young people and all the people, even in their 20s, some of them, especially the teenagers, and they call it Generation Z, Gen Z, like it's the last, and I can see why, but Generation Zombie more like it, where they're just Zs, just walking around clueless and hypnotized. But have you noticed, like, what happened? What happened to? It's bizarre. It's like I've said before, bizarro world. Like, I don't think that the world we lived in was nothing like this prior to 2015. It was nothing like this. Heck, even prior to 2016, 2017, it wasn't even like this. And then in late 17 and 18, it just went nuts. People were just literally cuckoo. I mean, it was crazy. And I don't understand what made this, when did this major shift happen? When did things start looking like, okay, people are off their rocker, things are starting to go insane for you? When did that happen? I mean, look at, for example, with what John Talks, big shout out to him. Look what he's talked about. His channel, Science News, says, what's wrong with eating people? If you search that, you get millions of results. Eating people. People are obsessed with eating humans and eating human meat. Oh, we're going to grow human meat in a lab now so we don't kill the animals. We're going to start eating people. It's safer to eat ourselves. Like, where did this come from, and why the obsession? Why is there an obsession? It all started with, and I understand for scientific purposes, I suppose, and maybe that's why long ago people, the old beliefs is in the old Judeo-Christian beliefs, I'd say more like the old Christian belief and the old Jewish belief. It says not to eat pork. And some people say, well, human meat tastes a lot like pork, and the consistency is more like veal and beef. And some people say that we taste like, I'm not gonna try it, so I'm never gonna know. But the question is, like, where did this start? Where did the world of you voted this way, I hate you. I want to be a genderless gnome I want to be a dragon with a double tongue and I'm going to be a purple-haired, pink/haired, genderless weird doll. I identify as a puppy dog. I identify as a cat. And now in certain provinces, there are actually certain areas they're going to let people identify as an animal. If you want to identify as a dog or a cat, they said you can. There's a girl in one jurisdiction in a school in the United States who identifies as a dog, and she barks all day, and they can't say anything because legally she identifies as a dog. I mean, these people would have either been put, like the comments say here, make asylums great again. These people would have been put in an insane asylum, or they would have been put in some kind of a ward, or they would have been put away. They would have been called, like, possessed or crazy. You'd either be called mentally insane or possessed. One or the other. I mean, that's what they would do. They would call you for what you were. But this article said, and also, for example, there is a 29-year-old woman. She was charged with posing as a teenager, and she actually got away with it. she got away with posing as a teenager and actually got enrolled at the New Jersey high school. And look at this ex-banker. This is what he looked like before. Mostly normal looking dude there. Now that's what he chose to turn himself into, because he identifies as a genderless dragon. And he said, now my son won't talk to me. Gee, I wonder why. A former school official accused of embezzling $1,500,000 worth of chicken wings. British Columbia becomes the first province in Canada to decriminalize heroin, fentanyl, cocaine, and other hard drugs. So it's okay, go ahead, just have your hard drugs. The ones that kill you, just go ahead and do it. The ones that if children get a hold of on the streets, or if someone picks up, they can die, apparently, of touching it. But, you know, here's the question. It seems some people touch these. It seems some people, they prescribe fentanyl to some people. Maybe it's a different level. I know there's different levels of these things, but it seems some people touch it and die. Some people inhale it and die. Or like an officer, if an officer or a cop tries to go and tries to help someone who might be overdosing and give them a Narcan substance and an injection of Narcan, and they try to help them to revive them. And some people literally actually turn their life around completely. Some people, you know, may do a 180. How come some people, they go into convulsions and die and have to be revived while others don't? I mean, it doesn't make sense, really. And our future, look at that, our future, from Science Magazine, says could be full of undying, self-repairing robots. That sounds great, doesn't it? Let the artificial intelligence repair itself. Megan Fox said she manifested Machine Gun Kelly at age 4. She said, I made him. And this guy put that. So this was a meme of the day. I would like to learn how to do my taxes. Public school. Molten rock is called magma. Liquid magma. His last post was Americans fall behind on car payments. It's a higher rate than in 2009. And a CEO planned to use a robot lawyer in a court, but then he learned that he could be arrested for it. And students and experts say school uniforms are sexist, racist, and classist. People should be able to dress how they want. I remember the only people that got to dress how they wanted were football players and cheerleaders. It didn't matter how much they revealed, they were perfectly fine, or what they did, they were perfectly fine. They can get by with everything because this world is classist, and those of certain classes, certain groups, they get by with literally everything, and that's just the way life, it shouldn't be, but it is. European Union begins adding bug additives to food. So let's just add bugs. Let's just eat bugs. That's what they say. They said you'll be eating them and you'll be happy. U.S. doesn't have enough tanks to send to Ukraine, the Pentagon admits. Why would you admit that? And they want to make everything LGBTQ, even if it has no